Sorry, Tony Clark, but I'd love to give him stuff about it. But, you know, we're very proud of it. Does anybody know how Fury got its name?
Revolutionary War.
Correct. In 1780, the British came to take care of some rebellious uprising in the Carolinas here in the Piedmont area. They came in and then they quickly left because we booted them. And we were actually, the Charlotte region was the first county to declare independence from the British. As General Cornwall was leaving after his encounter here in the Carolinas, he called the area a hornet's nest of rebellion. So we give tribute with Fury 325, which I'm sure if you've ridden it, it is fast, it's furious, it does not let up one bit, much like a flight of a hornet, and much like the spirit that kind of, you know, gave birth to the Carolinas. You know, it's kind of what we're all about. Kind of fast forward to 1973, a guy by the name of E. Pat Hall took a visit to Walt Disney World. He was inspired, came back, decided that he wanted to bring a sort of a Disney World to the Carolinas, and that celebrates both North and South Carolinas. That's how we get our name, Carowinds. It's kind of the winds that blow across the Carolinas. But, you know, that's what we're all about. The original theme park was very much a Carolina theme park. You know, over the years, we've had a couple of different owners, including Taft Broadcasting and Paramount. But, you know, now we have Cedar Fair. We're owned by Cedar Fair. In 2006, they bought the park, and slowly but surely, we're really, you know, reintroducing the Carolina theming back into Carowinds. So it's really awesome to see.
Wow. Right? What a great perspective. It looks tiny? It does.
It's so cute.
It is
The only roller coaster in the world that uses a conventional chain lift. It is the longest chain in the world. Also a fun fact, a little record that we hold. 6,602 feet of roller coaster. The average ride is obviously 3 minutes and 25 seconds because we got to keep reminding people that it's 325 feet tall. It is 2,700 tons of steel it took to build this roller coaster. A couple of other fun facts. This barrel turn here is 190 feet. My favorite part of the ride is this high-speed S-turn that follows the barrel turn. Really whips you around, and man, you feel every bit of the speed. The hive dive right there, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it makes a nice treble clef before you go into the hive dive underneath. Really great night ride if you have not ridden it at night. Highly recommend it. Also, my second favorite ride to ride at night is Afterburn. Tremendous at night. But back to Fury. Other features, the horse turn, the hive dive, the high-speed banked curves, camelbacks, double helix maneuver. I mean, I just love the way that looks. It's beautiful with the double helix there, and the camelback hills. I mean, it delivers air time, pushes and pulls you through this ride to the very end until you hit the brake. 192 pieces of track to build Fury. It took 3,400 gallons of paint, 15,500 bolts, and it took 8 months to install. So obviously, I mean, you don't build Rome in a day, but I'm glad we did. So Does anyone have any questions or anything like that?
That was a throwback to the Centurion.
I have one. Well, I don't know if you can answer it. Was there ever a thought of actually naming it that, or was that purely a marketing gig? Because you guys did an awesome marketing gig for this, right?
Yep.
Was it always Fury, or was there a time where that name was considered?
I think, we were throwing around a bunch of names back in the day, trying to... Fury definitely fit. I think once we really started to study the dynamics of the ride and how it just plays into the history again of the Carolinas, it made perfect sense. I think the Centurion, could have been a name thrown around, but it definitely was fun to mess with the
I love the
community.
T-shirts that you guys sewed with the bee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jobs is the teaser campaign. It's always fun to see you guys. Is there really more coming? Do I?
Is there really more?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I got it right.
Right. That it has to be something that
I know that if you watch our team, our rides team, the Furies, we are, what's it, I think I got that right here, 1,470 riders per hour is what we have.
Yeah, of course that's possible.
They're not liable.
She told me, baby, after that.
Oh, I know.
No pocketing anything either.
Yeah, we better not see a wheel in your bag.
It's got a flavor
Yeah, seriously, it's coaster parts.
Yes, this is a wheel.
I first want to clarify, Chris called me the director of maintenance. I'm the mechanical maintenance manager. I'm not the director. I don't want the job, okay? This is where we can fit one trainer here at a time during our winter rehab. It's a nice retail space, and the guys, we do a complete disassembly 100% on one train per the B&M manufacturer's guidelines. The other two trains get safety critical components inspected on those other two trains. Any questions about the space? What we do here?
How long do you want to make for
First train is about 8 weeks. The other two trains are about 6 weeks. And then there's lots of overtime, so I'm not compacting it in that. You see we keep spare wheels. The yellow wheels are urethane. That's the wheels we run all summer long. The white wheels are for our cold startup temperatures, and they give us more faster train. So you guys would like to see all white wheels. You can't do that. You can't do that. The track didn't take it. So
I noticed what I thought was grounding from one of the poles into the ground. How many times has this thing been struck by lightning?
none that we know of. We don't know of any, we haven't even had any suspect strikes on the tower, so
Okay.
we think it doesn't have much potential. We think it's going to. Oh, hi. That is a parts cleaning device. The guys can take smaller parts in there, then they can reach in through the glove holes and clean without having to put a lot of PPE on, you know, glasses and things. It's just a nice, safe enclosure for small parts. We have a non-destructive testing company that comes over to this area once certain components are cleaned up. They do mag particle, they do all the non-destructive testing. Our technicians do wear tolerance checks. B&M provides us with those rejection criteria for those components. And we replace them either via for wear or due to some anomaly that the non-destructive testing company finds in those parts.
Speaking of inspection, I would encourage everyone to go to our YouTube channel and check out our video of how we inspect the B&M tracks. We actually have some motorized ball that sits on the tracks, and it goes and inspects every bit of the track, and you know, even those high bank turns when we get in there. It's really cool.
And how often is that done?
Yeah.
And this year we didn't have use of the vehicle. We actually technicians had to climb the track. So we visit every inch of the track and within arm's distance for every well and on the track. And
Beautiful photo ops.
yeah.
How long do wheels typically last?
These normally last all season. We do an entire train's worth at rebuild just so through attrition we cycle through wheels. And if someone loses, we'll change wheels for other things like a hat or a flip flop that falls off and it'll get wedged into a wheel. That wheel will get changed the next day once we see those.
Okay.
What's the policy on running it wet when it's raining outside?
We don't have it can run in the rain. It's not a problem.
It hurts.
Have you guys ever had to deal with like whatever the coldest temperature is here? Or does it never get?
Oh no, we've had what is B&M?
It's 41 degrees. We can't run to 41 degrees.
Yes.
And then in certain wind conditions also. So high winds will make that temperature rise. So we may have to wait on 50 degrees if the wind is a certain speed.
Yeah.
Usually we're good past, early April on. We
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
don't have anything.
Is there a coaster in this park that has a big stage or a valley? Like I've seen at Cedar Point a number of trains valley. Is there one in particular that's really does here?
No, this train comes about a lot of energy. Even a hat or flip flop in the wheel that may cause the wheel to stop rotating, that train still makes it
I
back.
guess I meant a coaster. A coaster, not necessarily a train. Is there a coaster that's more of a danger here overall? Of valley? No.
No, afterburn, we've validated afterburn a few times.
Okay.
But we've changed some lubricants in our wheels and we don't even have to worry about that train any longer.
And then that's a long process of getting it.
And we've never validated that train with guests. It's always been during our startup, our winter after rehab. The trains are a lot tighter, they're a lot slower. So.
As a fan of coasters and someone who gets to work with these guys, I mean, I can't say enough about how much pride they take in their work, their passion, it shows. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, they come in here every single morning to get this park ready. I think they're really the backbone of our park, and there's a lot that goes in to keeping an amusement park up and running. It's incredible. It's really like a small town. I mean, we have our own HVAC department, our own plumbing. In addition to rides, maintenance, everything. I mean, it's like running a small town. It's really neat.
I got one. So you talk about when you do the disassembly of like a tolerance guide or whatever. Is the tolerances when you put pieces back together? Is that on the scale of thousands, fractions,
Absolutely, thousands of an inch. We may have a wheel spindle shaft that measures 80 millimeters, and they'll allow me, for example, 0.05 millimeters of wear.
Wow.
So we'll measure that, we'll document that. If there's anything, usually we can detect it. We can feel that there's an issue, but everything is measured and then either accepted or rejected.
All right.
So you're going to be running in Winterfest, or depending on what?
No, I doubt it. It shouldn't be because it's probably going to be below 50, 40 degrees. We'll probably have some flat rides and some stuff like that open. Again, I think it's probably just going to have to see, once we get into the event, what we're looking at as far as weather and, kind of just reevaluate from there,
Is it I get if it's gonna hit a low of below 41 or wherever, do you guys not run it, or will you run it until it gets to a certain?
I mean, I can't speak on Winterfest
I'm just
specifically, but usually, yeah, if the weather dips, I mean, our intention is to run it as often as possible.
Right.
I mean, it's our prize fighter.
Absolutely.
We want people to enjoy their visit, and this doesn't. So I mean, but if the temperature does dip down, we pull it back in, wait for it to warm up. But
Do you know what the fastest it's ever actually gotten to? Because you know it's advertised as 95, right? But on a warm day, full train, do you know what the fastest it's ever?
We clocked it the first year a few times, but
Yeah.
it was like, I think 98. I saw a 98.
Yeah.
And I would suspect it's doing that when it's in the summertime. We're not out there.
Right, yeah.
I guess this is a question for you. Not really anything specific, but can you tell us anything about the lighting package on the ride? Because the green is really cool.
Yeah, I can't remember who did that for me.
That's the lighting.
Yeah, I mean we've changed the color a few times. You know, we light it up blue for autism awareness. We've lit it up blue for the Panthers whenever they went to Super Bowl last year. 2 years.
Still mad.
But I think, yeah, man, you nailed it. It just looks beautiful, especially driving past the park. The gate also. I mean, I was listening to two smucks on a podcast talking about front gate. The way it themes into the front entrance too. I mean, it's a great welcoming. It's a great invite as you're driving by. Man, you know, it's personally my favorite roller coaster, and I'm not just saying that because I work here. The Beast is my second.
We got a mixed reaction here.
Tough crowd.
Were you expecting rounds of cheers?
It's more for nostalgia.
There you go. That's okay.
I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions before we? So Fury crosses both North and South Carolina. So where do we get it inspected?
Where the station, where the operator's booth is?
Bingo. Yeah. So, you know, we have a couple of rides that do that. So wherever the station house is whoever state inspects it. We do have different taxes, and you know we got to follow the state line. It's another fun, yeah. So.
So is there a reason that you chose the state that you ran for them?
I think it's just location. You know, Intimidators in South Carolina, it's very, you know, same kind of family, hypercoaster, very tall still. They're both states are extremely.
Okay, so does one municipality on one side of the state line have different height restrictions than the other municipality on the other side of the state
The height restrictions are based on the ride manufacturer. Pretty much, you know, all specifics regarding a ride, all the rider safety information.
So the municipalities don't have a height?
No.
Sorry, that was loud.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much.